Hi there, welcome to 4924 93rd Street. This is kind of a twilight tour, so if anything doesn't end up being clear enough, can certainly come back and get you some video another day. But it's just such a treat to give you a tour of this property, and I hope you enjoy it. To give you a little bit of the layout, we are currently on the north border of the property, which is 93rd Street. It dead ends up there. There's just a couple of more properties beyond it. And it comes up a very private hill from 96th Street, which is a dead end. And so there's only a couple of properties between the main road and here. The eastern border of the entire property is what's called the Cushman Trail. It's an old power line easement that the city of Gig Harbor has turned into a trail system. You can't even see it from this vantage point, but it again provides a ton of privacy to the eastern border of the property. The west border has just one property all along it, and then it's within the grove of trees way in the back that is the south border. So really abundant privacy throughout this 2.5 acre parcel, even though you can really walk into the city of Gig Harbor and the shopping is very close by. On the lower part of the property here, you've got a carport together with a pass-through driveway. And if you wanted to beef that up and add any more stuff, you know, make this a fully enclosed structure, enlarge it, do just about anything you could. Every ounce of landscaping that you see on this property has been done by the current owner. When they bought it, it was nothing but an ugly, muddy hillside, probably that looked a whole lot like that just literally ran into the side of the house. Every single telephone pole that you see all around, the current owner goes down to the power company and buys these telephone poles from the power company. He goes to the railroad yards and he buys old railroad ties and drags them onto the property. He's always got to have something, some little project that he's working on. Here's the top part of that pass-through driveway. So everything you see here, like all of these rock walls, these plantings, the terracing, all of that's been done by the current owner. We've got an arbor going into this quiet little garden area, which is actually the septic drain field. We got a couple of different potential entrances to the house. Can walk up the side staircase there. Of course, there's an entrance from the garage directly inside the house, which I'll show you after the fact. Or you can go up this side terrace, which that's how I'm going to go up, and I'll show you that. But just every little space on this property, he's done something lovely to, and it's a pleasant area. It's a great place for entertaining. So I think this is just a classic example of some of the work that he's done. To the left, there's a second staircase leading up to The raised bed gardens that are fully fenced in, and the amazing chicken coop and greenhouse that was built. Walking up onto the back patio, there's a gate going around the front, which the porch fully wraps around. This amazing pizza oven that the owner built, one brick at a time, and he loves to show it off. Absolutely loves to tell you how he constructed it. That's a view of half of the chicken coop up there. And then this wonderful back patio area. It's just fantastic for entertaining, enjoying the wildlife. The current owners are big wildlife enthusiasts, and so they have feeding stations set up for squirrels and birds and deer. And the squirrels and the birds certainly know that they have abundant resources for food here, and so they'll literally come up and climb practically right on your lap if you're sitting on these benches. It's another large terraced, or patioed area down here that any number of uses the owners were thinking about putting a hot tub on it. Going down to another side yard, and then there's another staircase over there in the corner that goes down to that lower area where you see the carport. There is some highway noise. You're at kind of peak rush hour time right now, so, but it's really just a hum. There's several properties between here and the highway, so it's not going to get any worse than that. Here's the second half of the chicken coop. Inside, this would make just a terrific greenhouse if chickens aren't your fancy. And it's a true pass-through. Sorry, I'm really losing light here, so you're not going to be able to get a good visual of it, but this is kind of a neat angle to look at the house and all the different roof lines. There's the covered porch. This is an area it's fully fenced, and it even has the short chicken wire fencing to be able to keep deer and especially coyotes out of here. If you do have chickens, it's a great place for them to free range, but also a great place for raised bed gardens. Got lots of fruit trees on the property. Great water feature. The entrance to the house is around the front, so you can access all three ways. Forgot to point out that extra parking pad area already has essentially foundation footings poured all the way around it, so if you wanted to enclose that space, you could easily do it. Here's a covered front porch. Also a very nice area. There you can just barely see that Cushman Trail if you look all the way through the trees. It's a paved trail system that runs all the way through town. It's only for bikers and walkers. There's no motorized vehicles allowed. And even though the property butts up to the Cushman Trail, there's no access from the trail directly onto the property. So you're not inviting people to come up onto your property at all. Another look at some of the lower yard spaces. Sorry about my lack of light. That's that other side entrance I showed you. Coming on up. Could easily come in that way. So I'm going to shut this one off, and then I'm going to go ahead and go inside and give you the inside tour.